Hi campers, welcome back to Little Learners. My name is Stephanie. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are gathered today on Dena'ina territory, and they are the people who have stewarded this land for generations, so we thank them. Before we get to our book, of course, we need to do our welcome song. So for this, we get to clap and we get to honk. Everybody ready? Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Honk everybody and say hello. Honk everybody and say hello. Honk everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Thanks for singing with me. So today we're going to read a really special book about a girl who uses her imagination and her creativity and her know-how to build something. So I wanted to start, before we do that though, with a little rhyme, as we've been doing. And right here we have a sky. So we've done part of this rhyme before this week. We're gonna finish it up today. So it goes like this. What do we think goes in the sky though, first of all? Something that goes. That's right. We've got an airplane. Okay. The plane flies in the sky, the plane flies in the sky, hi-ho, away we go, the plane flies in the sky. All right, we've got another one now. This one's a little trickier. You might be really smart and figure this one out. So look, we've got a star, and we've got the moon and some other stars. What do you think flies in the night sky? Or maybe somewhere else, maybe even further out. This one is, we have a rocket. Okay, the rocket goes to space. The rocket goes to space. Hi-ho, away we go. The rocket goes to space. And of course, if we're talking about space, then of course we have to sing, zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. So for this one, we get to pretend we're a rocket ship, and we count, and at the end we get to blast off. Ooh, this one's really fun. Ready? Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Oh, I love that. And so this book today is about a girl who probably could make a rocket to space. She's pretty cool. Her name is Violet the Pilot, and this book is written and illustrated by Steve Breen. Ready to meet Violet? She's pretty cool. Everyone in town knew that Violet Van Winkle was a little different. For starters, she and her parents lived in an odd-looking house next to the junkyard that her father managed. Oh, maybe it's a little weird because there's a boat. And while other girls were playing with dolls and tea sets, Violet played with monkey wrenches and needle-nose pliers. Violet was a mechanical genius. By the time she was 2, she could fix almost any broken appliance in the house. By 4, she could take apart the grandfather clock and completely reassemble it. Since she didn't have any friends aside from her dog, Orville, she would spend hours tinkering with things from around the yard. Violet's parents were very proud of her, although they weren't too happy about that time she put a lawnmower engine on her cousin's tricycle. Ooh, he's going very fast. The older she got, the more interesting Violet's creations became. Around the time she turned 8, she was building elaborate machines from scratch. And not just any old machines. What do you think she built? She made flying machines! That's right. Her parents couldn't believe their eyes when they saw Violet zoom by for the first time. They were a little worried in the beginning, but they quickly saw that she was a pretty good pilot. Careful not to hit the house, Violet's father would yell. And put on a sweater, her mother would say. Violet used anything she could find in the junkyard to make her wonderful contraptions. I told you, she's pretty cool, right? Yeah. There was the tub bubbler and the bicycopter, the rocket can, the pogo plane, the slide glider, and the wingamajig, hard word to say, to name a few. Violet's engineering was pretty sound. The only real hazards were all the tall trees and piles of junk in the yard, and bugs in her teeth. Kids at school would see Violet eating lunch alone and make fun of her strange books and greasy coveralls. Claude and Clyde Mulrooney were especially obnoxious. Then one day, Violet noticed a poster in the drugstore. Air Show, October 20th, it read. That's only 2 weeks away, Violet thought. Can kids fly in the show? Is homemade aircraft allowed? That night, Violet sat in her room thinking about the air show. She knew it would be a good feeling if one of her planes won a prize. And then maybe the kids at school would be nice to her. Violet pictured exactly where she would hang her blue ribbon. She and Orville spent the next few days combing the junkyard for just the right materials. When they had collected a giant pile of stuff, the building began. One day, the Mulrooney twins happened to pass by. Look, it's that girl from school, one of them said. What are you doing, weirdo? I'm building an airplane, she told them. The twins exploded in laughter, then mumbled something mean as they walked away. Orville barked at the boys, but Violet just went back to her project. Take it easy, buddy, she said. We're too busy to worry about them. Finally, after days of hard work, Violet had finished making her flying machine. She named the magnificent new craft the Hornet. Wait till the people in the grandstand see me flying this, Violet said to Orville. The test flight was a success. She does a loop-de-loo. And catches Orville. Don't worry, he fell. She catches him. On the day of the big air show, Violet took off, bursting with excitement. Her parents' faces had beamed with pride when they wished her luck, and she thought about that as she flew through the clear autumn sky. She calculated that the trip would take about 20 minutes. She would arrive just in time for the start of the show. Suddenly, something caught Violet's eye. In the river below, a group of people were waving frantically. Violet lowered her altitude to get a better look. A troop of Boy Scouts had run into trouble while canoeing. Violet knew she had to help fast. It wasn't easy rescuing all the boys, but Violet piloted the Hornet with careful precision. Saving the Scoutmaster from going over the falls was particularly dangerous. Violet dropped the grateful Scouts off at the hospital. Then she checked her watch. 3:30, she said to Orville sadly. We've missed the air show. She turned the plane toward home and sighed. It was a miserable feeling. That evening, Violet had no appetite for dinner. She just went upstairs and sat on her bed. All of a sudden, she heard a lot of noise outside the house. She and Orville went to the window and discovered that a crowd of people had gathered. Somebody spotted her. There's Violet, the boys shouted jubilantly. There's our hero. The Van Winkles stepped outside, squinting from all the flashbulbs that were popping. The press, the mayor, the fire and police chiefs, even kids and teachers from school had all learned of the rescue that day and had come to praise her. Young lady, please accept this Medal of Valor as a token of our gratitude and esteem, said the mayor. And he gave Orville a new collar with a license that read K9 Hero. Yes. From that day on, Violet's parents let her fly wherever she wanted, but her mother still made her wear a sweater. I hope you enjoyed that book. If you have it at home, there's probably some activities in the front or back, or you can even look at how Violet made her plane. How cool is that? I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Bye.